begins Week 5 of the West Virginia high school football season. And what a matchup on tap tonight at Nitro's Underwood Field as the Wildcats entertain the Wayne Pioneers. Wayne comes in as the number 3 team this week in Class AA. Nitro, meanwhile, holds down the 10th spot of Class AAA. It will be a sea of red and black between the Pioneers and the Wildcats. And it comes your way next on our latest edition of the Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports. We welcome you inside historic Underwood Field on the campus of Nitro High School, where tonight our latest edition of the Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports, brings us an outstanding matchup between the undefeated Wayne Pioneers and the 3-1 Nitro Wildcats. It is the 8th meeting all time between these two programs, decked out in red and black. And again, both teams in the top 10 of AA and Class AAA, respectively. Greetings from Nitro, along with Todd Chevalier, Hannah Klein, and our great FNR crew. I'm Mark Martin. Delighted to have you with us. Well, Todd, you've been an outstanding coach. You've been an outstanding athletic director. And now we put you to work here on FNR. Great to have you along, partner.
Well, I truly appreciate being here, Mark. It is an honor. We've got a great football game here tonight. Wayne Pioneers, historically have been one of the top AA schools in the state. Nitro is really making a large push in the last 2 years in the AAA classification for this year. So I expect an outstanding football game tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Now, this Wayne team has been hit with some injuries, and also they had bus problems. Todd, I know you being a former AD, that's the last thing you want to hear about. So this game, again, getting started a half hour later here tonight, but the Pioneers have arrived safe and sound.
Well, it is. As a athletic administrator, as a football coach, head coach, that's one of your worst fears is breaking down, having issues in transportation. But looks like Wayne has gotten here. Looks like they're not letting that affect them. They're having, looks like a very good warm-up. So we're expecting a great game tonight.
All right, let's talk about some of the great players that we'll see in this showdown here tonight. And we will begin with the red and black clad Pioneers, Fisher Fry, running the show for a second straight year as the senior quarterback. And so far through 3 games, he's carried the ball 25 times for 76 yards. He's scored a couple of touchdowns. Passing-wise, he's thrown for 128. Valuable piece of the puzzle and will be relied upon heavily tonight as, again, Wayne comes in without 2 key players offensively in Ronnie Staley and Caden Hayton. More on that, again, a bit later. For Nitro, Josh Moody is guiding the Wildcat offense for a second consecutive season. Moody is, without question, one of the top signal callers in the state. Passing-wise, he's already thrown for over 1,000 yards, completing 79 of 115 passes, 11 touchdowns along the way, and he's also picked up 80 yards on the ground. Well, we are edging closer to the start of tonight's matchup for Wayne and Nitro, a game that falls on the final Friday in September and one that just happens to be the first Friday in the fall. Football has arrived because it is now officially fall. Our title sponsor is Parmar. If there isn't a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. And tonight, it's 2 teams sporting red and black squaring off the kickoff coming up between Wayne and Nitro on our latest edition of the Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports.
Fisher Fry.
Back inside here at Underwood Field, getting set for the coin toss. Brian Polly is our referee. We head down. Hannah Klein at midfield with the crew.
Wildcats. Number 61 is Dom Wise. Number 9 is Josh Moody. 13, Eli Littlejohn. And number 3 is Wyatt Sowers.
All right, so it is going to be Nitro receiving here. And Wayne will be on defense first. Weather looking at about 20 miles per hour. Wind from the southeast, mostly cloudy, drier conditions here in Nitro. Really a pleasant night for football, Todd.
It sure is. As the day moved on, I was a little bit worried because this morning and early afternoon had a lot of wind, a lot of rain, but it's really cleared up. The skies are a beautiful evening for Friday night lights.
Well, get a chance to see this potent Nitro offensive attack right out of the gate. Our kickoffs for tonight's game sponsored by OVP Health, formerly Ohio Valley Physicians, in business since 1999. And kicking it off for the Pioneers will be Cade Estep. Averages about 40 yards per kick. And
back deep to receive.
This
for your
Pioneer
Wildcats
team missing
Sowers.
3 key pieces here tonight.
Number
Ronnie
12,
Staley,
Porter, and
broken
1,
collarbone,
Luke
suffered last week.
Pioneers.
Dakota Gillespie
Number 2,
tore an
Cade
MCL
Estep.
during last week's game. Caden Hayton was in a serious car accident this week, suffered multiple fractures in his back and neck. So we think about all those young men. So here we go with the kickoff, and I'm just going to quickly
ball fielded by
down
Colton
it.
Likens.
And that was Likens on the reception
Nitro
there. Colton
will take
Likens
over.
is
First
a
and 10
junior,
on the
6 foot,
28-yard
145. Seasons to date, Wayne beating Tulsa 21-7, Scott 26-6, and Winfield 26-14. Starting lineup sponsored by the West Virginia State Police. Formed in 1919, the West Virginia State Police is the nation's 4th oldest police organization. The West Virginia State Police want to remind you, drive sober or get pulled over. Josh Moody on the season already, Todd, over 1,000 yards throwing the football.
That is very impressive for the high school level. He comes out throwing again.
He whips it out on the far side. That's Malachi
Moody's
Thompson.
pass completed to
who they really
Malachi
like.
Thompson
Coming
that
in.
play is good enough for a Nitro Linettes
24
first down.
catches on the
Tackle
season.
on the play by Fisher Fry.
And looking to add to it, the stay focused, don't drive distracted first down from the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program. 14-yard pickup.
14-yard pass and catch on the first down.
Moody and company ready to go again here, and Eli Littlejohn will get the call and snuffed out there. Good job by the defense of the Pioneers, and Jaden Wayman coming in and making the stop.
Jaden Wayman.
Yeah, that front four of Wayne's defense, they stood Nitro's offensive line up and made a good play.
You see Wayman there coming into this game. Has collected 9 tackles on the season. A boy, tough break there as Cooper Atkins.
Dead ball encroachment on the Pioneers.
Part of a set of triplets.
5-yard penalty will make it 2nd and 7.
Sisters are outstanding basketball players at Wayne High School. He's an outstanding basketball player as well. So bring up 2nd down here for Nitro. Wayne leads the series 5-2. Nitro won last year 33-21. Teams have split the last 4 meetings. Moody guns it out and into the hands of Xavier Thompson, and Thompson will take it to
Moody's
the 45-yard line.
Xavier Madison.
Tristan Turner makes the stop.
Fisher Fry, that play results in another Nitro Linettes first down.
Well, how about this, Todd? 9-yard gain, and you got a guy, you're an old defensive coach, Thompson, 6'3", 250, and they put him in the slot.
That would be a tough task to defend. But one thing I've noticed here on that last play with Wayne, they're taking their outside linebacker and really playing him more inside. So gave him a little extra room, and here they go again.
They flick it to Bryson Sowers, and Sowers takes it to the 25-yard line. Bryson Soward, 6 foot, 175, a senior.
By Jake Davis. That play also results in a Nitro Linex first down.
21-yard pickup. Another Governor's Highway safety first down. And Nitro on the move here, Todd.
Yes, they are. They're moving the football by way of the air, and Wayne's going to stand up and make a play here.
Wayne won the first 3 of this series, and here is Eli Littlejohn, and Littlejohn with a stutter step and will get it down to the 15. He's got another first down. So it's a Governor's Highway safety program first down. Stay focused, don't drive distracted. First down.
That play results in another Nitro Linex first down.
It has the Wildcats entering the Glenville State University red zone. 5 plays, 4 first downs. Glenville State University, pioneer your future. Moody awaits the snap. Flicks it over on the far side. Catch is made, and breaking tackles and taking it in for a touchdown is Luke Schaefer. His 3rd touchdown reception of the season. And it's a University of Rio Grande touchdown. And Luke Schaefer, kind of a sleeper, has done a lot for this Nitro team, according to head coach Boom McKinney. And boom, just like that, Nitro's into the end zone.
They sure are. This drive has been very nice. The coaches at Nitro is doing a heck of a job. They're coming out in doubles, and Wayne has not adjusted very well to those inside receivers.
False start called against the Wildcats on the extra point. We'll back them up 5 yards.
Maddox Cole is the kicker. He's an outstanding kicker for this Nitro team. He's a soccer player. Has good range, 50 yards and in. He's a senior and puts it up out of the hold of Bryson Sowers. With Wyatt Sowers doing the snapping. And the Wildcats of Nitro on top here of the Wayne Pioneers in this battle of the red and black. Man, the impressive drive.
They're very impressive. They took 3 minutes to drive right down the field. If you notice there on the instant replay, the inside receiver is moving to the outside, and the outside receiver that's covering him is just a little too far inside. So Wayne's going to have to make some adjustments here, and I'm sure Tommy and his staff will be doing that. They're a very well-coached football team.
Our scoring summary throughout the night being presented by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. It was a 6-play, 72-yard drive, 2:59 off the clock, and 5 first downs along the way for Nitro.
Teeing it up for the Wildcats.
Maddox Cole will tee it up. Our OVP health kickoff and second of the game here. Well, we talk about the injuries, and one of those is Staley, Ronnie Staley for Wayne. The guy just did a little bit of everything, including returning kicks, and Cole has that powerful leg, and he drills it into the end zone. And I think, Todd, that's the thing people don't understand about high school football, especially. You lose one kid, and sometimes it's almost like losing about 4 or 5.
Oh, definitely. It especially on the AA classification, single A classification. You're hurt with numbers and start out with, and you lose one of your better football players. It hurts the football team.
Nitro opened up the season beating Lincoln. That's Lincoln out of Harrison County, 52-21. Down St. Albans in the Battle of the Ridge, 35-6. Lost that tough one to Hoover in overtime, 13-7. Rebounded last week against Chapmanville, 34-21. Fisher Fry trying to get it into the hands of Cade Estep, and that one bounces in front of him.
Defended on the play by Number 20,
It's kind of a surprise to me. I'm used to seeing Wayne come out in that wing tee and run right at you, and then they come out in first down and throw the football. It's kind of a surprise.
And Tom Harmon in his 28th season. Since 1957, Wayne's had only 6 head coaches, and Fry running into his ball carrier there. And again, they got to switch it up a good bit here tonight. Jaden Wayman there with the carry. Wayman, a junior.
Stopped by Samples, and
It's just his 4th carry of the season. So it brings up 3rd down and 10 here for Wayne. Bunch it in there. Fisher Fry will get it into the hands of Ashton Walker, and Walker journeys up to around the 30-yard line. Going to be pretty close here. See where they spot it.
Looks like we're going to get a measurement. No, looks like they're going to give him the first down. I thought we were going to get a measurement there at first.
Tackle was made by Hill and Dickerson. Yeah.
So fresh set of downs here for this Wayne Pioneer team. They stay focused, don't drive distracted. First down for the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program. Fisher Fry, again, running into his ball carrier. This time it was Dante Worrell who
runs into Wyatt
sophomore,
Sowards.
And he ran right into Wyatt Sowards, and Worrell will have to come off the field.
Assisted by the X-Man, Xavier Patterson.
That's just his 2nd carry of the season. Again, they are without Caden Hayton. Just a warrior mentality. Had carried the football 54 times, 246 yards. He's just a junior. Boy, just a tough loss for Wayne, along with Ronnie Staley. Just an outstanding athlete, probably the best athlete on the team. 2nd down, 12. Fisher Fry handing it off and trying to find running room down low there. I believe it was Walker.
Hand off to
Check
Wayman.
out Wayman. Jaden Wayman gets the call. Forgive me. Wayman, just a spark plug, tough kid.
Callister and Bryce Snyder.
Scored a couple of touchdowns last year. Fisher Fry in trouble, and Fisher Fry going to be caught by Wyatt Sowards. Sowards, the team's leading tackler.
Wyatt Sowards cleaned
and a
up.
host of other black jerseys come in, and it's going to be Wayne having to kick the football away here. Jake, make that Fisher Fry is the punter. He averages about 30 a game, so got the 1 first down, Todd, but then just tough sledding after that.
It sure was. Nitro's defense is really playing strong up front.
Wildcats, number 12, TK Porter.
We got 4th and 8, and we got a punt.
TK Porter, number 12, awaits the kick from number 12, Fisher Fry, and that one will roll out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So breaking the action here inside Underwood Field. Nitro on top of Wayne, 7-0 on the Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Eyewitness Sports. Tonight's closed captioning is exclusively brought to you by the Masters Law Firm, helping West Virginia's personal injury victims since 1974. Nitro with the football for the 2nd time in the game. They lead it 7-0 here Nitro 6 plays 67 yards. Wayne 6 plays just 12 yards, along with former coach athletic director Todd Chevalier, Hannah Klein on the sidelines, and our wonderful FNR crew. I'm Mark Martin with you. Robert Stegall, our statistician, up high above here, and Nitro with the ball again, Todd.
Don't be surprised if you see Nitro come out and take a shot for the end zone right here.
Josh Moody. Thompson in motion.
Moody with a
Get it
pass
into the
to Malachi
hands of Thompson, and Wayne was ready for that one, Todd.
Yes, they were. They
Tackle made on
they
the play
played the
by
jet sweep
Barry
very
Colway.
well. The backside stayed home, and as the kid, the young man come across, they were sitting there waiting on him.
Derek Followay makes the stop there for the Pioneers. Also 2 on the play. Pioneers allowed 9 points per game, just like the back of the jersey, in front of the jersey of Josh Moody. They've allowed 289 yards on the ground this season.
2 on the play will make it
And
second and 12.
Passing-wise, 212. So passing yards allowed per game, 70. Total defense, 501. And total defense per game, 167. Moody fakes the handoff and launches it out. And Thompson roams for yardage. And he's got it at the 40.
Tackle
Takes it
made
to the
by
48-yard
That play
line.
will result in a Nitro Line X first down.
Well,
I'm sorry, on the tackle was Cooper Atkins.
another stay-focused first down for the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program. 14-yard pickup for the Wildcats. Back to work goes Nitro. Moody, who is very athletic and can run and launches, and the catch is made there.
Moody with the
TK
pass to
Porter
TK Porter.
making the catch there.
Tackle on the play by Dante Worrell.
Looks like you're going to have another first
That
down
play will
here.
result in another Nitro Line X first down.
Worrell comes up, makes the tackle. So TK Porter, an athlete, 5'6", 150, a freshman. And Moody rolled to his right there. Never easy rolling. Right-handed quarterback rolling to his left, but he does the job.
Right, when a right-handed quarterbacks go to the left, he's got to really get outside, get a little deeper, and turn those shoulders so he can get it down the field.
2 wide to each side. Little John in the backfield. He'll get the call, and Little John sheds one tackler, and finally will be driven out of bounds. Tristan Turner got him out of bounds.
And it looks like we're going to have a late hit on Wayne out of bounds.
Yeah, may have taken that one just a bit too far. Brian Pauley is our official for tonight's game. 22nd year in the officiating business out of Elkview. Here's the call.
Dead ball, personal foul against the White Pioneers will move it 15 additional yards.
And the tackle on 15. Brian's crew tonight. Tom Parrish is the umpire, 16 years out of Elkview. Side judge Cody Clay, South Charleston resident with 8 years of experience. Joe Mike Rector is the line judge, 17 years. He lives in Pinch. John
That
Dickens from
penalty
South
moves
Charleston
Nitro into
is
the
the head
fresh air
linesman,
red
5
zone.
years. John Hardy, 6 years out of Dunbar, the field judge. And Will Samuel, 2nd year South Charleston. He is the back judge. Put the football at the 16, and there is a look at our officials as Nitro operates in the Glenville State University red zone. Here is Moody firing, and good job there. Batted down by Eastep.
Malachi Thompson. Defended
Send it
by
down to
Kate
Hannah
Eastep.
Klein. Hannah, take it
Ball's
away.
incomplete. That'll bring up second down.
Both teams off to a hot start this season. Wayne coming into the matchup with a 3-0 record. Nitro is also coming to the game with momentum with a 3-1 record, losing against Herbert Hoover. Now, the biggest concern for both teams in tonight's game was the weather. The sky is clear, and both teams say it's a great night to play some football. Mark?
Thank you, Hannah. That was the first incompletion of the night. Moody going to have the second
Moody's pass intended
incompletion.
for
Last
Thompson
year,
falls
Nitro won
incomplete.
33-21. Moody 19 of 27, 321 yards and 3 scores.
Pressure applied
Malachi
by
Thompson
the
had
Pioneers on that play.
181
That'll bring up
yards
third down.
receiving. Fisher Fry a year ago threw for over 100 yards. Now we talked about the series. Wayne leads at 5-2. 2019, maybe we'll have a game like this. Would you like it? 64-56 was the final score.
I'm a defensive guy.
God, no, that's a nightmare for you, isn't it?
I'd be pulling my hair out.
All right, you see the Third down situation here, and a catch is made. Beautiful route there, and Bryson Sowards makes the catch for the Wildcats.
Moody's
and
pass
that will
complete to
move
Bryson
the
Sowards.
chains once again. Another Governor's Highway safety
That'll result in
program
a
first down.
Makes it first and goal at the 3.
Attorney Pat Jacobs has over 40 years of experience successfully representing injured and disabled clients throughout the state of West Virginia. Nice pitch and catch there. Hand it to Little John. Little John into the end zone. Touchdown.
Nitro touchdown.
Well, following the punt, the Wildcats get it to Little John, and he takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. The season touchdown sponsored by the University of Rio Grande. There is something special about Rio. Here you'll find your place amongst friends and professors who want to see your success. Join the Rio family. Extra point is successful, and the Wildcats of Nitro, they have struck the first 2 times they have the football. They lead it 14-0 back to Underwood Field in a moment here on FNR.
We have a media timeout on the field.
Big Sandy Superstore donates $500 to the homeschool for hosting Friday night rivals, and they are the one-stop shop for all of your home furnishings and appliance needs. Nitro has struck first here. Our Mark A. Hunt and Associates Attorneys at Law scoring summary, 8 plays, 60 yards, 2:36 off the clock. Eli Littlejohn into the end zone, and Nitro wasting no time here, Todd, establishing that offense.
No, on that drive right there, the offensive line, I kept watching them. As long as they kept Mooney in the pocket, they kept him clean. Then when they got down in the red zone, got down inside the 5-yard line, they handed it off to Little John, and that offensive line got a heck of a push. I mean, he pretty much was 2-3 yards in the end zone before anybody put a hand on him.
Maddox Cole.
That offensive line for Nitro is doing some work right now.
So our third OVP Health kickoff of the night. Going to come off the foot of Maddox Cole, one of the finest around. Formerly Ohio Valley Physicians, in business since 1999. Ohio Valley Physicians Health, OVP Health. Our kickoff, and Cole sending it skyward. Nice return here for the Pioneers as Fisher Fry, who can do a little bit of everything. Talented kid, good baseball player. He will be our Scholar Athlete, honored at halftime for the Pioneers. So we check out the Wayne offense. Fisher Fry leading the charge for a second straight year. Got a pretty good front wall there and some talent around him. But again, they are missing Staley and also their outstanding running back who led them in rushing heading into this game, Caden Hayden. Burrell will get the handoff, maybe a couple, and that's it.
Fry with a handoff around left side.
A lot of black jerseys surrounding the ball carrier for the Pioneers.
It looks like it's going to be 2nd and 8
Tackle on the play by Hill and Sowers.
Again, Nitro's middle of their defense is playing hard, playing very physical with Wayne's offensive line.
Waylon Forrest on the carry for the Pioneers.
We'll pop up that defense for you of the Wildcats here in a moment. Second down play for the Pioneers. Well, not much going there for Jake Davis, who's really worked hard in the offseason, according to his
tackle on the play by
head coach Tom Harmon. He's in his 28th season
Bryce
at the
Snyder.
helm.
Assist from Philly McAllister.
So here you are, it's 3rd and 7. Looks like maybe a passing down, something I'm not sure if Wayne is really comfortable with right now.
Ken Fry coming into this game has thrown 18 times on the season, and Fry headed to his left, now sets up and unleashes it, and he's got a man wide open. Davis makes the grab at the 20, and Davis will be tackled at the 19-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle by Wyatt Sowers, and that puts the Pioneers in the Glenville State University red zone. It didn't start out like a thing of beauty, Todd, and Fry just at the last second spotted his man, lifts it up, and Wayne with a big gainer.
Yes, he snuck out of the backfield. Davis sneaks out of the backfield, gets behind Nitro's defense. Must have been a blown coverage. Fry was under pressure, unloaded the football, underthrew him a little bit, but great catch, great game.
40-yard pickup. Fry looking to throw again. I think that may have gotten tipped, but he's got a man, and the catch is made.
Oh, nice football. Oh, whoa.
Now they're going to say that it's
incomplete.
Cade Estep. Well, that was the pass where, you make the break and the ball is there. But I don't know if his momentum
very nice football.
Took him out of bounds and maybe didn't have total control. Xavion Dickerson out there covering. He's got 2 interceptions on the season. 6'1", 175, a senior. Another look.
Yeah, he just took the ball down, swiped his arms, swiped his hands, and he dropped the football. Good call by the official.
Great camera work by our crew. The second down here. Football right at the 20. Wayman in the backfield. Fry getting it into the hands of Walker, and he'll drive his legs to
off
the
to Ashton Walker around left side.
12-yard line, it would appear. Close to it. Good job by Walker as Wayne tries to keep this drive going here, trailing 14-0 against the Nitro Wildcats. Antonio LaRose in there on the stop. Charles Cantrell was there.
3rd and 3.
Antonio LaRose, a junior.
Big down here for Wayne. I'm sure it's 2 down territory for him. 3rd and 3.
So it is Fisher Fry under center. Turns, hands it off. Worrell trying to take it to the outside.
Around left side.
And indication by the Wayne players, he got it, and he did. Brian Pauley. That's who really matters, is Brian says it's a first down.
Exactly.
Tackle made by Samples. That'll make a first down.
So another first down here for the Pioneers to stay focused. Don't drive distracted. First down for the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program, and handoff into the hands of number 72, Jonathan Sheeter. Check that. Isaiah Walker.
McAllister and
Well, they
Snyder.
put the big guy in and let him get a
The
carry.
first quarter with your score,
Big boy.
Nitro 14, Wayne 0.
Isaiah Walker got the call. 5'10", 305, trying to catch Nitro off guard. The Wildcats putting up a couple of TDs on the board here at Underwood Field. They lead it after one.
Your Nitro
Early part of our
Wildcats
Friday
would like
Night
to
Rivals.
thank
Game of the Week
Johnny
presented by
Services and
Eyewitness
People's
Sports.
Federal Credit Union.
Our Smile Cam throughout this 2024 season of Friday Night Rivals is brought to you exclusively by Kolaski Orthodontics, where your perfect smile begins. And Wayne hoping to smile here, Todd, as we start this second quarter and get on the board here, trailing Nitro 14-0. Fisher Fry has receivers out wide, gets it to Worrell, and Worrell trying to get to the end zone, going to be stopped short.
Looks like he's about a yard short from the end zone.
Tackle on the play by Sowers. That'll bring up third down.
Wayne lined up in a quad set, diamond, and just threw it outside to the back guy. And he just raced to the end zone and got to the one.
Dante Worrell in the backfield. And sneaking it in, touchdown, Pioneers.
Quarterback keeper up the middle, good enough for
Fisher Fry will take it into the end zone, and the Pioneers on the board got that big pass to Jake Davis, and that put them in business. And
that's a big score there, Mark. And it looks like they were going to go for two here.
Cade Estep is their place kicker. They also have Bryce Murdoch. A 2-point try here for Fisher Fry and the Wayne Pioneers. Morrell in the backfield. Ball is loose and it's scooped up there by Wayne, but Ashton Walker going to be unable to get it into the end zone. Xavier Patterson was there to put the stop on it.
That'll bring your
and
score
that
with
will make it a
11:23
14-6 count here with 11:23 to go here in this first half of action. Our Mark A. Hunt and Associates scoring summary. And it is a 9-play, 63-yard drive, 4:02 off the clock. Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. Oh, good boost of confidence there for that gentleman's team. Tom Harmon, 28th season as the head coach. Just an incredible job he's done. 3 state championships, 4 other state title games. Coach Harmon, 0-10 his first season, Todd. And, that's, you really get tested. He was a young coach and just kind of kept grinding and building that program there at Wayne that had had some success, but only a couple of playoff wins when he arrived, and would have finally get over the hump and get that championship and then some in Wheeling was something to behold. All right, here is TK Porter gathering it in, and he will be ripped out of bounds there by Fisher Fry. So it's Fry and TK Porter, those two number 12s battling here in this game, and Nitro now goes back on the offensive attack.
Just to comment on what you're saying about Tommy. Tommy has been grinding at Wayne. He's done a heck of a job. Like you said, he started out at 0-10 and then turned the corner, and they were a juggler knot there for a while. I know when I was the head coach at Sissonville, we had several good battles there, but you always knew if you wanted to get to the playoffs, wanted to get to Wheeling, you had to go through Wayne.
He was 27 when he got the job. His first game, he lost 27-0 to Rock Hill, August 29th, 1997, but has racked them up ever since. Standing at 2:30 coming in. Little John gets the call. Eli Littlejohn runs into his own man and then just turns it another way before he will be stopped by Cooper Atkins. Flags are out here at Underwood Field. Eli Littlejohn coming into the game, 65 carries, 307 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Been dinged up a little bit, according to Boom McKinney, who's in his 4th season guiding his alma mater here at Nitro High School. Boom was part of the class of 91. Here's Brian Pauly. There's going to be 2 go against the Wildcats here.
Double holding called on the Wildcats. One, the holding is enforced. That'll make it 1st and 20.
Boone McKinney graduating there in the class of 91. That's the last class at the old High School here in Nitro. He's got a good staff, as does Tom Harmon. So first down for the Wildcats. Football resting at the 23. Moody going to heave it up and looking, and Thompson makes the grab. Thompson at the 30, the 20, and Malachi Thompson will
Moody's
score.
pass to Malachi Thompson for a house call. Wildcats touchdown.
77 yards. Moody to
77
Malachi Thompson.
yards.
And Malachi Thompson just made a great adjustment.
Yes, he has. Josh Mooney just threw it up for above his head. He went up and got it, and then just turned the juices on and outran the Wayne's defense. A very very athletic play out of Thompson.
Maddox Cole set to apply perhaps his third extra point of the night out of the hold of Sauer.
Extra point by
and
Maddox Cole is up and
drill
good.
It through.
10:56 to go in the half. Your score: the Nitro Wildcats 21, the Wayne Pioneers 6.
Another look at Thompson making that catch and then taking it the rest of the way. The season touchdowns are sponsored by the University of Rio Grande. There's something special about Rio. Here you'll find your place amongst friends and professors who want to see your success. Join the Rio family. And our scoring summary, sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. 2 plays, 70 yards, just 27 ticks off the clock. And that guy right there, well, they really like him, Todd, and they think he's got big-time potential. 6'3", 185, a junior, 59 catches last year, getting a lot of interest. And Boo McKinney said he can jump out of the stadium, and he kind of showed it there. He
kind of showed it right there because the defensive back for Wayne's, Jake Davis, was in good position. He played him very well. He just, Thompson just went up over top of him, caught the football, and then turned the speed of one. And Wayne just could not keep up with him.
Ashton Walker back.
All right, and with that, we have an OVP Health kickoff, formerly Ohio Valley Physicians, in business since 1999. Fisher Fry coming up, and he had to field it on the run, and dangerous. He went ahead and decided to scoop it up, and
Khalil
Mills, a junior, 5'9", 155. Takes down Fisher Fry. Hannah Klein.
All right, Mark, you were telling me a little bit about Nitro's hot bologna, so of course I had to make my way to the concession stand. I'm here with Kathy. Kathy's a teacher here at Nitro High School. And Kathy, you have to tell me a little bit about what this hot bologna is and why is it so hot here?
It's a West Virginia staple. Everybody loves a hot bologna sandwich, and we just decided to make it, and we named it after our coach, Mr. Beckner, so...
And then what's the secret behind it? Because everybody, especially Mark Martin, says it is so good.
Well, we use a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's, and my husband uses some hot sauce, and it soaks in it after we grill it.
Stopped immediately.
All right, Kathy, let's give this a try. Mark, this is for you. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. All right, Mark, I'll send it back to you.
Will result in the first down.
Come on, Hannah. I wouldn't steer you wrong. And these hot bolognas, which I've been eating for years, Kenny Bass turned me on to them, years ago. Kenny's a graduate of here, so he knew all about them. We had Jake Davis with a great catch there, Todd, while Hannah was dining down there in the stands. And then Jaden Wayman could be taken down here, but they did get that first down
tackled on the play by
quarter.
Wise.
Being presented by the University of Charleston. Relationship-rich, career-relevant, be a part of the fastest-growing institution in West Virginia, the University of Charleston. Second down here for the Pioneers. Well, they trimmed the deficit to 14-6, but with a big play by Moody and Malachi Thompson. Thought we talked about it during the break. There have been some players running into each other here on this Wayne offense as they try to get on track with some of their big playmakers out.
Tackled again by Dominic Wise.
Yeah, but right there, the Nitro middle of their defensive line.
On the play will bring up third down.
They're just outplaying Wayne's offensive line right now. They're winning the battle of the line of scrimmage.
this Nitro football program. The great J.R. House in 1998 played for the state title in Wheeling. And here's Fry across the middle, and the catch is made, and it's his big tight end, Waylon Forrest.
Waylon Forrest.
5'10", 215, a senior, was on the offensive line, just brings that lunch pail, blue-collar type attitude to this Wayne football program. And a nice play there.
Down for the Pioneers.
Yeah, just a little hot pass to the tight end, and he catches it and gets the first down.
Fifth first down for the Pioneers. Again, first downs here in the second quarter and the fourth quarter, presented by the University of Charleston. Bryson Sowards, one of those on the stop there. Big Waylon Forrest. Handoff. Get it into the hands of Worrell, and Worrell maybe a couple.
Fry's handoff to Worrell, tackled on the play by Xavier
Tonight's
Patterson.
streaming sponsor is brought to you by Jan Dills. We won't take no for an answer. Second down play coming up here. Nitro playing much better defense this season, according to head coach Boone McKinney. Two in the backfield. Yeah, I believe we had motion.
Flag on the play.
Thought he might get away with it, but not with this
Motion
eagle-eye
called
crew.
against Wayne. That'll back him up.
No, you got a very, very experienced officials crew out here tonight, and they're not going to miss too much, if anything at all.
So back, the Pioneers up. Wayne with 3 penalties, 25 yards here in this first half. We talked about Tom Harmon, who came in 230 career wins. He said, I've had every season record you can possibly have. Fisher Fry looking to throw, launches, got a man, and
Fry
just
back to
could
pass.
not quite connect
Pass was
with
intended
Cade
for Eastep.
Eastep.
Falls incomplete. Tackle. Pass was defended by David Hill.
Coach Harmon says Eastep's just one of those kids. He doesn't look for the glory. If he's ready, if he is in position to make a grab, he will. He works at his craft every day. Very patient young man. Averaged 17.2 yards per catch last season. Again, they didn't throw it a ton, but they did throw it enough for Fry to go for over 1,000 last season, but not maybe as high octane certainly as this Nitro offense is. And boy, there is a play that was read beautifully by
that would
this
be the
Nitro
defense. Xavier Patterson.
Xavier Patterson, great player, the defensive end, averaging
That'll
9 tackles a game
for the
and
Pioneers.
4.5 sacks on the season. And that's going to force Wayne into a punting situation here, and it will be TK Porter going back. Fisher Fry will be the punter. Averages about 27 yards per kick. Ball is
Fry back in punt
going to be
formation.
snapped from the
TK
29.
Porter back deep.
Wayne has to take a timeout here. They didn't have enough
called
personnel
by
on the
Wayne.
field for the punt team. So Tommy had to take a timeout.
Always frustrating. We'll return to Nitro. Wildcats set to get the ball here on FNR. Tom Harmon, we mentioned, coming in here with 230 career wins. You think about it. In 74 seasons before Tom Harmon came on board at Wayne, the program had won 340. And he's responsible for now 230 of them. Just a terrific coach. Got his 200th career win against Sissonville, a 30-27 victory. They had an undefeated team in 68, but they finished third in the SSAC, didn't make the playoffs, and only two made it. Boone McKinney now in his fourth year at the helm, 14-21, and got him into the playoffs last season, and that was huge for Boone and his crew. Boone decked out in the red tonight in this game featuring the red and black. Boone played for the late Greg Cyrus here at Nitro. So Fisher Fry with Forrest, who is an outstanding snapper, and Fry in trouble.
Bad snap. Fry fumbles the snap.
And Fisher Fry will go down.
Tackle on the play by the X-Man, Xavier Patterson.
Finding
Wildcats take
the
over
handle on
first
it.
and 10.
And good job there
26-yard line.
by Nitro's Antonio LaRose. Closed captioning tonight is exclusively brought to you by the Masters Law Firm, helping West Virginia's personal injury victims since 1974. Great field position now for the Wildcats here. The ball at the 27, Moody will give it to Little John, and Little John breaks the first tackle and finally stopped there by the Wayne defense.
Yeah, I thought the way the play started out that Little John had a little more room, but Wayne's defense did a really good job of pursuing and closing down that hole.
Tanner McMillan
Eli Hafer
was in there on the stop. Pick up 4 for Eli Littlejohn. 2nd and 6. Littlejohn gets the call again and slips through a crease.
Littlejohn straight
Eli
up the middle.
Littlejohn scores.
Wildcats.
And this time here, he slipped through, and no one's going to catch him on that
24-yard
one.
touchdown run, Eli Littlejohn.
Excellent run by Little John.
Well, all season long, guys like Eli Littlejohn finding their way into the end zone, and those touchdowns sponsored by the University of Rio Grande. Join the Rio family. Sowards is the holder here. Maddox Cole delivers the extra point.
By Maddox Cole is good.
Another look here, Todd.
5:55 to go in the second quarter. Your score, your Wildcats 28, Pioneers 6.
That's an excellent block out of the center. He took the nose guard, moved him out of the way. Little John goes right up the middle, untouched to the end zone. Outstanding play by the offensive center for Nitro. And then Little John just takes it right behind him and goes straight to the end zone.
Hit Dylan Casto.
Dylan Casto, yes.
Young man that started 3 consecutive seasons, and the impressive thing, he's just a junior. He's been snapping at football since his freshman year. Our scoring summary presented by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. 2 plays, 27 yards, 38 seconds off the clock, and it's a 28-6 lead for Nitro, and time once again for an OVP health kickoff. Maddox Cole. Fisher Fry. Back deep, joined by Ashton Walker, who is the deep man now. Maddox Cole lifting it up, and Fry hauls it in, out over the 10. Fisher Fry to the 15, and then collared there. Big time
Tackle
stick
filled by Ashton Fry. Tackle
by
made by
Nitro's
Lyric
Berger, Jr., 6'3", 190. Berger getting his playing time on special teams and making the most of it there. going to have a flag here, Todd. Check it out once again. Fisher Fry taking it, and Berger going to get him up high there and take him down.
Yeah, it looks like he's up around the helmet. Probably got him for a face mask, I would say. But number 10, Maddox Cole, the kicker for Nitro.
Pretty impressive.
His first kick of the night went into the end zone. The rest of them have dropped inside probably the 15-yard line. But the nice thing about it is he gets good height on the ball and allows that defense on the kickoff team to get down there and get in their pursuit lanes.
Well, Wayne had gotten it to 14-6 after falling behind 14-0. Wayne has responded with 2 touchdowns. Burrell trying to find yardage and just not much going there as Nitro with Antonio LaRose and
Price.
Several in on the play. Braylon Price was there for Wildcats and Wyatt Sowards. All the linebackers in on that tackle.
Right there was that was 4 Nitro defensive players on the ball carrier. Makes it tough to gain yards that way. You got 2nd and 10 now.
Attorney Pat Jacobs has over 40 years of experience successfully representing injured and disabled clients throughout the state of West Virginia. Sponsoring our stats here tonight. And again, perfectly read by the Wildcat defense.
And off to Wayman, tackled by the X-Man, Xavier
There's not
Patterson.
much there for Jaden Wayman.
Loss on the play.
Wayman coming in, 41
Brings up
carries,
3rd down and 12.
351 yards, 2 touchdowns, a long of 60. Third down play. Fisher Fry handing it off to Ashton Walker. And Walker gets a couple, but not going to be nearly enough.
And off to Ashton Walker around right side, tackled by Patterson. That'll bring up 4th down.
Mark him down at the 33-yard line. To Fisher Fry will be the punter. Fry, 6 foot 172. We mentioned it earlier. Very good long snapper, and this is a good snap after they botched that last one. And Porter is going to watch that one roll and going to finally stop at the 18-yard line.
19-yard line. Wildcats will take over 1st and 10.
Ball was spotted at the 33. Breaking the action, Nitro on top of Wayne, 28-6 here on FNR. Big Sandy Superstore donates $500 to the homeschool for hosting Friday night rivals, and they are the one-stop shop for all of your home furnishings and appliance needs. Nitro back with the football with 3:28 remaining here in this first half of action. Wayne has been behind the 8 ball from the get-go here in this contest, along with former Canal Valley head coach, athletic director Todd Chevalier, Hannah Klein on the sidelines. our great FNR crew. I'm Mark Martin. Delighted to have you with us here. Already our 5th installment of the Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Eyewitness Sports this season. Next time that we have a game, we're going to be in the month of October already. Hand off to Eli Littlejohn, and Littlejohn
up the middle.
motors his way to the 26-yard line to give him a gain of 7. And Fisher Fry had a punt of nearly 58 yards, 48.
Gain of 7 on the play, brings up second down.
Prior to us going to break. Called a gain of 7 for Littlejohn. Moody awaiting the snap here from Casto, and Moody guns it out on the far sideline, and
quick pass
gathering it in is Schaefer, and Schaefer
play results in a Nitro
will
first
give
down.
That was
Made on the play by
that was a heck of an effort out of Schaefer. Had no blocking out there. They just tried to throw a quick screen to him and he made the guy miss. A good run on his part.
No doubt about Schaefer again, a sleeper, and across the middle. Here is Thompson. Look out!
Moody's pass to Malachi Thompson.
Touchdown.
69-yard house call. Josh Moody to Malachi Thompson.
Wow.
Yeah, he's scary good, and well, you know, he just gets a step and it's all over. 69 yards, and takes that one into the end zone here at Underwood Field. Touchdowns presented by the University of Rio Grande. Join the Rio family. Rio going to have football starting next season with Quincy Wilson, former Mountaineer great, leading the way. Maddox Cole up.
Extra point by
Maddox Cole,
Cole is up and good. 2:31 to go in the half.
And here you go. You see he splits 2 defenders, number 20 and number 12 from Wayne, and then he just outruns them. You can't coach speed. He's got speed.
No doubt. Our scoring summary is sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. Just 3 plays, 81 yards, 57 seconds ticking off the clock here. 35-6 advantage, Nitro.
That's impressive. 57 seconds. Touchdown.
Lots coming up on our Huntington Mall halftime report. It will take you around the schools, both Wayne High School and Nitro High School. Introduce you to our Downtown Ford Scholar Athletes of the Week from Wayne and Nitro, along with our Big Sandy Superstore check presentation, first half highlights, and our Jacobs Law Firm stats. It's all heading your way on the Huntington Mall halftime report. The Huntington Mall, a destination for dining and entertainment. Maddox Cole with the OVP Health kickoff. Fisher Fry has it at the 10. Trying to get away from Sowards there. He slowed him up. That being Wyatt Sowards. They got Wyatt Sowards and they got Bryson Sowards.
Mills and Aiden Preston on the stop.
They are no relation. But Sowards got it started there by slowing down Fisher Fry. And I tell you, Fry trying to do all he can. We talked about there at halftime, our Downtown Ford Scholar Athletes of the Week, and Fry, the honoree for Wayne High School.
And again, Maddox Cole, kickers don't always get the credit, but that was another kick down to the 5-yard line. That's very impressive on the high school level. That is a great weapon to have.
Again, this Wayne team without Caden Hayton, 54 carries, 246 yards. He had the most carries coming into this game. Again, out, suffered injuries in a car wreck this past week. Our thoughts and prayers with that young man, Jaden Wayman. Most yardage, 357. And Nitro not allowing much for the Pioneers here in this battle of red and black. And that was Harrell with the carry, and maybe a little bit slow getting up there.
On a play by
and Tom Harmon wants to talk with his crew. Tom, a graduate of Old Buffalo Wayne High School. Mentioned Boone McKinney, a graduate of Nitro High School. Marshall tomorrow meeting up with Western Michigan, an old foe from the Mid-American Conference days. Both teams 1-2. Join us for Marshall football today with Charles Huff 9:30 on Fox 11 Marshall Football Today, presented by the Dutch Miller Auto Group. Well, Coach Huff and his team, they played Ohio State. Western Michigan has played Ohio State. Western Michigan had a close call with Wisconsin. Marshall battled Virginia Tech. Marshall has beaten Stony Brook in its opener. Bethune-Cookman, a victim of Western Michigan. So those two coming into that game tomorrow, 1 and 2. Played a couple of MAC championship games right there in Huntington. So they'll face off tomorrow at 3:30. But Marshall did themselves proud against Ohio State for a long time in that game. Of course, nobody else had scored against the Buckeyes.
I thought Marshall did an outstanding job against Ohio State. Unfortunately, they came up short, but they have nothing to be ashamed of. They played well.
A lot of speed on that team. Here's a handoff, and it's Wayman getting the
And
call.
off to Wayman, up the middle. Tackle made by Sowards. Timeout call on the play.
And Tom Harmon said in talking about this Nitro team, just a lot of names from last year. 7 yards deep in shotgun formation, and they've been dealing with that tonight. And right now, Nitro in command. Back in a moment on FNR.
Well, we're here with one of our many sponsors for Friday Night Rivals. Now, this is Scott Shepard. Now, you're the general manager for Downtown Ford right here in Charleston. Tell me a little bit. You guys are actually the official sponsors this year for our Scholar Athletes. Why is this so important?
Yeah, thanks. Very important for us that we give back to the community. We not only want to service the community and their automobile needs, but we also want to help out with stuff like this.
And I know you were talking earlier off camera that you guys want to continue this in the years to come.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime we can give back to the community, especially the kids, we want to take advantage of that.
Definitely. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you, and we'll have more after this.
Wayne off to a 3-0 start. First time since 2013. They finished 13-1 that season. Lost to Bridgeport in the state championship game, a snowy game there at Wheeling Island Stadium. Looking to sneak around on the near side is
Jake Davis, tackled by
Davis.
Price.
It looked like Zach Davis was
Now
going to get the
Wildcats will bring
the
up fourth
edge,
down for the Pioneers.
but Wayne's, Nitro's defense did a really good job pursuing to the football and holding him to a small gain.
Boone McKinney's coaching staff consisting of Chad Lovejoy, Wes Price, Colin Beckner, who I believe the bologna sandwich is named after. The hot bologna is the Beckner bologna sandwich.
I believe you
Hannah
are
said
correct.
she was going to bring some up to us, Todd, so I know you don't want to climb down and get us any. So.
No, I'm not a fan of these ladders.
DeArtis Dudley, Matt Lovejoy, John Sowards helping make up Boone McKinney's coaching staff. Tom Harmon, his staff consisting of Nick Dameron, Tucker Watts, Dave
Get out your
Atkins,
50-50 tickets,
his
ladies
son
and gentlemen. The
Gunnar
winning
Harmon.
ticket number
And
is
until the other night,
863.
Gunnar Harmon in 2.5 years was undefeated as a JV coach.
863.
Had some injuries, so they had to switch things around. Played Winfield, but and Tom would love me saying this. Gunnar's off to a better start than Tom was. Now we'll see what happens from here on out. Tom is more than made up for that 0-10 beginning, right?
Yes.
Well, you think about a lot of the great coaches in the state. Delise Hill's 0-10, Dave Walker 0-10. I mean, you just hang tough and see what happens. And here we go. And breaking loose is Worrell at the 50 and will finally be chased down there. Nice defensive play by Bryson Sowards, but a wonderful run by Worrell to give the Wayne Pioneers a first down. Our first downs in the second quarter presented by the University of Charleston. 42-yard pickup for Worrell.
That was a big play there for Wayne, because if Nitro was going to get the football back, there was plenty enough time for them to drive down the field. So that was a huge first down for them.
Worrell came into this game with just one carry. He's been busy tonight. Again, they're without Ronnie Staley. Fisher Fry, and that one is broken up. Trying to get it to E-Step.
E-Step, defended by David Hill, falls incomplete.
David Hill out there on the coverage. Caden Hayden and Ronnie Staley, two outstanding athletes, not playing tonight for Wayne. Also tonight, they are without Dakota Gillespie. So Worrell, we talked about it, he'd only carried it one time. He's got 9 carries, 44 yards, had the big carry, and then it is going to be Walker getting the call.
Charles Cantrell.
How about Charles Cantrell? This guy can do a little bit of everything for Nitro, offensively, defensively. He's 6'3", 250. I mean, on the ends, they have Cantrell and Xavier Patterson. Both are 6'3", 250. Cantrell actually is the backup quarterback for Nitro.
Well, he did a good job there on defense. He shot the gap, and he met the running back right there in the backfield.
Wayne calling the timeout. Nitro gathered in the huddle there. Well, Todd, you coached here at Nitro in this program with Bryce Casto. Saturday Sports Showcase coming up tomorrow, 11:30 on WCHS-TV. And I was thinking about this today, 30-year anniversary, 1994, of the state championship in Wheeling with the South Charleston Black Eagles. As you were the defensive coordinator, Bryce Casto, the head coach, and guys knock off the University of Hawks in what was the first season for what was then the Super Six in Wheeling, and now championship football is coming back to Charleston.
Coming back to Charleston. It's hard to believe it's been 30 years. It was great team, great memories, but 30 years is a long time.
Hand it off straight up the middle, and nice hard running by Wayman, I believe, got the call there.
Tackle on the play by Aiden Preston.
Hey, you and Robert Stegall are great statisticians. You guys were comparing jewelry here before the game. Your South Charleston State Championship ring and his Marshall University Championship ring. I didn't even have my Apple Watch to throw into the mix. Wayne is 5 for 10 in third down opportunities here tonight.
8-6-3-6-7-6-4. 8-6-3-6-7-6-4.
And now they are staring at 4th and 7 here. Football at the 30.